once again everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me today. Hi, my name is Hannah. I make a lot of different videos here on YouTube, but a lot of my videos are retail related or jewelry related or makeup related, so really it's just a mixed bag of things. But as you can tell from the title, which is presumably why you clicked on this video, today we're going to be talking about luxury retail versus, I guess, standard regular retail. So let's just jump right into it. So the first major difference between high-end retail and just casual normal retail is the customer base. So as you guys know, or may not know, I used to work at Walmart for about 6 or 7 months, give or take, and now I work in a high-end jewelry store. So obviously the clientele is very different. The people who come into the jewelry store, generally speaking, they're coming in to have something modified, or they're gonna buy something that they're gonna have modified. So it's very much a custom process where I have to talk to the customer and get a lot of information from them. But aside from that, I would say the customers that come in are just generally a lot nicer and a lot more understanding. Whereas customers who come into Walmart, they get irritated about literally everything. Like if they have to wait 5 minutes to get checked out, they're upset, they're not happy, they're yelling at you, saying they're never gonna come back, all this stuff. But a customer who's coming into the jewelry store, you know, they come in with the mindset that, okay, either I'm getting something repaired, I'm getting it modified, size, something like that, or they're gonna come in, buy something out of the case, which a lot of people do, and take it home that day. So, you know, they come in with either the mindset that, okay, this is gonna take a while, or I'm gonna get something today and take it home. But either way, they're much more understanding and much kinder than the people who go into Walmart or a retail clothing store like at Victoria's Secret. I had a lot of people who were rude to me, and even that some people may consider to be a higher end retail. I mean, it's really not compared to actual high-end retail, but it is on the higher price side for clothing retail. But still, you see that huge difference. People don't get upset if it takes you 5 minutes to check them out if we're really busy or something like that. And I mean, it's just a huge, huge difference of the quality of people that come in. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who shops at regular retail or Walmart or whatever is not, you know, a nice person or not a really quality, kind person, because I mean, everybody shops at Walmart. It's the place to go to get everything that you need. It's like a one-stop shop kind of thing. So obviously, not everybody who shops at Walmart is bad. But by and large, the people that come into the jewelry store that I interact with, who are my customers that I see frequently, they're nice, you know, they're very kind. And I think a lot of that has to do with how small the jewelry store that I work at is. We have about 4 or 5 salespeople. And, you know, we have 2 jewelers. It's a very small operation. So if customers come in frequently, they get to know all of us as people, whereas when you go to Walmart, you're just trying to get in and out. It's not as much of an in-depth process. And I don't know if this is the same way with other high-end stores that you may go into. I have no idea, because this is really my first experience. But overall, I just noticed a huge, huge difference between the attitude of people that come into the store. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that everything is sunshine and rainbows in luxury retail, because it's really not. It's a very, very fun environment. The people are generally nicer, but with that higher end price, you get people who come in and think that they're above everything and they're entitled and that they should get a discount on jewelry that's really never going to be discounted unless it's like our annual sale that is for 1 month only. But you get people that come in and will say, oh, well, is this your lowest price or whatever? And they come in frequently and do this, and it's just exhausting because, you know, the owner of the store knows them, has dealt with them in the past. It's just a whole lot of, it's just strange to me because it would never ever occur to me to walk into a small family owned jewelry store or any kind of store and try to haggle over this high-end merchandise that, for one, is expensive for the store to buy. So why on earth would we cut you this deal that you think that you deserve because you have money and you want to save $100 or whatever? It's just crazy, the entitlement that people have. And it's also, it's reminiscent of something that I experienced when I worked in normal retail, where, you know, you would tell the customer one thing and they wouldn't believe you. So you'd go and get your manager and they would say the exact same thing and the customer would just automatically believe them. That's what happens a lot with these entitled, snobby people who come in. We tell them, you know, we usually do not give discounts unless it's something that we've had for like over 5 years in our stock. You know, then he might, cut a deal. But if it's something that we've just recently got in and we don't generally have trouble selling, then why would he give you this discount? Because you feel entitled to it? No, that's not how this works. So I'll tell them that, you know, and then they'll say, oh, we'll go and ask the owner. So then he'll have to come out and tell them the exact same thing. And the funny part is, many times he's not as nice about it as I am, you know, because he's irritated that people come in and they feel entitled to sit there and barter with them, and just because they have all of this money and, oh, I've spent this much money here in the past and I've been coming here for this many years and I've spent so much money. It doesn't matter. You're not better than anybody else just because you've spent all this money. I mean, we are a high-end retailer, but we don't value how much money you have over somebody else. And that's another thing too, when these really entitled people come in, if they bring in something to be repaired, you know, they'll say, oh, well, can you have that done for me by tomorrow? Well, no, we can't, because we have this many people ahead of you. So it's going to be at least 3 or 4 days, maybe a week, depending on, you know, how busy the jewelers are. Well, then you tell them that and they just go absolutely ballistic and, you know, it's crazy. But the owner will not budge on it because that's not fair to the other people who came in. It doesn't matter if you have this much money or you've been here this many years or you've bought this much stuff. He doesn't care. We don't care. It's not about the money to him. He really loves the jewelry and he loves, you know, our customers and everything. But just because someone has spent so much money, you know, you're not going to jump ahead in the line. It just doesn't work like that. That's not the way that we operate, because that's not fair to other people. So you do have people who come in like that, and it's not to say that people don't feel entitled at other stores, but I've noticed it particularly since working in high-end retail that it happens frequently. And I mean, that it happens frequently, but at the same time it feels kind of rare because the people are generally nicer than when I worked in other retail. You don't get screamed at, you don't get cussed out, and that's probably because of how small the store is. You know, if someone's yelling at you, immediately a coworker or the owner himself will come out and, you know, defend you and tell the customer, you know, hey, that's not appropriate, you're not going to behave that way. It's just a completely different atmosphere, like totally different. Another obvious difference is that you get to know your customers a lot more in luxury retail, especially at the place that I work, because it's a smaller environment and you have these customers who are repeat customers. They come in often. You get to know them, you get to know their family, and I think that really it helps with the whole customer situation. That's why you have nicer customers, and it's a lot nicer. I love that. I love that this teeny tiny store is not like a corporation. You're a person there. You're not a number, a salesman, a cashier. You are a person. Like when I go to work, I'm Hannah. I'm not number whatever. I'm Hannah. I can speak to the owner whenever I want. I can speak to the manager. I can speak to the jewelers. I can speak to anybody because it's a small operation. It's not a corporation. I mean, I guess it's technically a corporation, but it's not like a massive corporation where you have to call corporate or you have to do this or do that or go through these people. It's a very much a direct workplace, whereas at Walmart, Victoria's Secret, someplace like that, if you want to speak to upper management, you're going to have to call like a million different people to talk to anybody. And that's what I really like. I know I've been kind of jumping all over the place, but I'm finding it difficult to adequately explain what I'm trying to say because it's just so vastly different, and I'm trying to make you understand why. I mean, you walk into Walmart, it's a completely different vibe than when you walk into a small family-owned jewelry store. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it's just a way more positive experience because while you do have those snobby people who feel entitled to everything, most of the people who come in are extremely kind, extremely understanding, and that was just never ever my experience when I worked at Walmart, Victoria's Secret, anywhere like that. So it has just been overall a breath of fresh air, and I totally recommend that anybody who can go and work in luxury retail. It is absolutely fantastic, especially if you can work at a smaller business. It is amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me again in this video. Leave me a like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.